With Hogwarts Legacy releasing in less than a month, there's a lot of stuff to cover before launch. What is up, guys? I am Pretty Dirty. Today we have a down and dirty look at pre-order details, mounts, spells, and a lot more. So let's go! Planned to release on February 10th. I'm sure you've heard the amount of hype that is around Hogwarts Legacy. NG Sales on Twitter stated it is already the #1 most wishlisted game on Steam, with pre-orders ranking in the top 4 selling games, and we are still 4 weeks away from launch. Now, with this much hype, you're probably wondering if you should pre-order, so let's get into it. If you choose to pre-order, which I've said time and time again that I just won't do anymore, with the history that AAA games have had of just absolute horrific launches, they scar both me and my wallet, but we're gonna do it. So looking at pre-orders, there are 2 options really, the standard edition and the deluxe edition. Standard is going to be $69.99 for the PS5 and Xbox Series X, $59.99 for the PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. This edition includes the base game, and if you're on the PS4 or the PS5, it will have a console-exclusive quest as well as Felix Felicia's potion recipe. If you are on the PS4 or the Xbox One, you're going to have a delayed release of April 4th. If you're on the Switch, you got to wait even longer. It'll be released on July 25th. Now, the deluxe edition price tag is going to sit at a $79.99 for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, $69.99 for the PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Now, this version is going to include the base game, the Thestral Flying Mount, Dark Arts Cosmetic Pack, and access to the Dark Arts Battle Arena, 72 hours of early access, which I think is worth the extra $10 alone, and then the same PlayStation exclusive quest and potion and all that good stuff. Also, you'll receive the Onyx Hippogriff in all pre-order editions. Now, something that I feel is important to note is that the Dark Arts Battle Arena seems to be the only place where you're going to be able to use the unforgivable curses freely. It's been pretty vague. You'll be able to use them in the open world and most likely along the story, but we just don't know when or how, as using those kinds of curses across Hogwarts on random innocents and stuff like that just doesn't seem very Harry Potter. Now, on the topic of spells, in the last playtest, we got to see much more of the combat, and over the last few weeks, I've been seeing some spells like Incendio and Accio have numerous functions and uses. I think it's safe to assume that you'll be using spells to help solve puzzles, and the talent selection of your Wizard's Field Guide will give your spells additional effects and traits. Your spell diamond in the bottom right displays 4 active spells at a time. As you progress and improve, you'll be able to unlock 3 additional diamonds, giving you access to 16 spells that you'll be able to use in combat. Spells are going to have cooldowns associated with them, more powerful spells obviously coming with a longer cooldown. Certain craftable potions will be able to reduce those cooldowns and provide you with other buffs such as increased defense, invisibility, and obviously basic health potions. You'll even have the option to craft plants that you can bring into combat and on adventures with you, and they'll assist you by doing damage and other various things. All these potions and plants will be made in the Room of Requirement, which that room is going to be an entire video on its own. There is so much there, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that video when it comes out, or any other future videos. Now, I do want to go ahead and talk about mounts. I was a huge New World fan at one point. I still am, but I play a lot less. I know the outrage that was in that game about not having mounts, and with these massive maps and open world, it's very important that you can get from place to place in at least a reasonable amount of time, and it prevents you from feeling like you're playing a walking simulator. Now, from the pre-order bundles, obviously you can tell there will be mounts. The obvious broomstick is going to be one form. In this time period, broom technology is still new. The broom shop in Hogsmeade will sell cosmetic upgrades to your broom. Through a series of quests, as you help the shopkeep improve the broom tech, he'll reward you with upgrades to your broom. There is a stamina aspect that depletes when flying at high elevation on the broom, and then it regenerates when you're flying closer to the ground. One of those upgrades I was talking about will increase the elevation that you can fly at max speed without reducing your max speed meter or stamina bar, whatever you want to call it. Now, the Onyx Hippogriff is put on display here. This is the pre-order bonus mount. Now, these types of flying mounts, at least in this playtest, do not appear to have the same yellow meter that the broomstick has, so I'm not too sure if there's any pros and cons of each mount. I'm taking that the Hippogriff is maybe more of a long-distance traveling mount, where you're less immersed and you're more flying over everything, looking at less of what's around you. And the broomstick is going to be more for, okay, I got to go from here to there, very short distance. I want to see what's in front of me. I'm looking for something, you know, so something like that. Now, while flying around these mounts, one of the most iconic places you're going to be able to visit is Hogsmeade. And Hogsmeade should have a lot in it, but only a few places so far have been confirmed. Something that I really want to talk about is Hogsmeade is going to be much more enjoyable for those of you on the PlayStation, and here's why. There is some console exclusive content. For example, being able to purchase your own shop in Hogsmeade and then having access to a kind of a haunted Hogsmeade shop quest. I think it's pretty wild to have console exclusive content. I think it's silly. but it's obviously not unheard of. And no, I won't be buying a PlayStation just to have access to this quest line. Aside from this, Hogsmeade is going to be very important for everyone. I think it's going to be where a lot of quests start and end, and there's obviously going to be a lot of your shops there. Now, one of the things that we've seen is the Hogwarts train station. It's still unknown whether we're going to have access to the Hogwarts Express or not and be able to travel around using the train, but who knows? Now, Ollivanders will also be located in Hogsmeade. It's possible that you're going to be able to purchase new wands here or upgrades for your wand, but again, we don't know yet. Another shop is going to be J. Pippin's Potions, which is where you're going to be able to buy your health potions or ingredients to craft your own potions back at Hogwarts. Now, one of the potions you'll be able to buy here, which is going to be very convenient, is the Wiggenweld, which is your basic health potion. Gladrag's Wizardwear is going to be the tailor in Hogsmeade. We know that you have the ability to transform your outfits to look basically however you want. So maybe this is where you're going to be able to buy different costumes or uniforms. Now, I hope you learned something new out of this video. We brushed up on kind of some very, very basic things that you should know. That's kind of the form I'm going for, these down and dirty videos. I don't have the attention span to sit down and watch a 15 or a 30-minute video. So I'm kind of tailoring those videos towards people like me. I'm incredibly grateful for you guys watching, as posting regularly on YouTube and learning how to edit and all that jazz is very new to me. So any feedback in the comments would be amazing. Tons of information is being dropped almost daily, so there's gonna be lots of videos to come. And with that, stay dirty, and I'll see you in the next one.